Hey guys, welcome to Touch Base Thursday for November 21st. Welcome to all of you. Most of you know I am Kim Vogel and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And I am here with your weekly Touch Base Thursday. I'm just going to give this a minute here and make sure, let me mute my computer, make sure that I'm live. I'm a few minutes late and I am so sorry. I have been crazy busily cleaning my basement and cleaning my tables off for an event that I have this weekend, and we were so engrossed in cleaning that I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10 to 7. I need to get on there and get started. So anyway, I see we got a few people out there. Hi, Melissa, Karen, Penny, Carol. Welcome to Touch Base Thursday for November 21st. So I have a few things in the way of announcements before we get started. So as promised, I'm going to be showcasing Elfie tonight. I know that I've been telling you guys you're going to be getting Elfie projects for the last 2 weeks. So tonight is Elfie night. I've made 3 cards to share with you and a couple of 3D projects. So if any of you are coming to my retreat this weekend, don't look at the 3D projects if you want to be surprised, because these are the gifts that my retreat attendees will be getting. I give out about 4 gifts at my retreats, and these are 2 of them that they're going to be getting. So anyway, so a couple of updates for all of you guys. So it has been an amazing week for me. Most of you know that I ranked in the top Global 100 this year with Stampin' Up! At number 66. And this last weekend, we went to Onstage. When I say we, a good portion of my team and I went to Onstage, which is the Stampin' Up! Kind of like a convention event where we got to see the new mini catalog and I'm gonna try really hard to not call it Occasions catalog, but the new mini catalog that will begin after the holidays. I will be able to order them December 1st. All of my long distance customers, you will be getting them in the mail from Stampin' Up! Hopefully mid to end of December. So if you have never received a catalog from me in the mail before and you would like to receive a catalog, please send me a private message with your address and I'll make sure that you get one of those catalogs. There's also a celebration booklet you'll be getting. So celebration begins after the holidays. For every $50 order, you get a free item from the celebration booklet, and I'll be sending you both of those. So be on the lookout for those. And then I was honored, as most of you know, I was in the top Global 100, which just, when you really sit and think about the big scheme of it and how many demonstrators, there are 52,000 demonstrators worldwide. It just blows my mind. It's just such a surreal moment because I just share what I love. Like everything else, it just happens. You know, people ask me all the time, what did you do to get there? I can't tell you what I did. I share what I love, and that's what did it for me. So anyway, but I got to go up on stage, and my team cheered me on, and they made these headbands and signs that had number 66 on. So it was a pretty awesome weekend. And I will be doing a special Facebook Live. I'm thinking it's on my calendar for either Tuesday of next week, but I'm going to be doing a sneak peek out of the new mini catalog to show you guys some of the new products and the new papers and things like that. So update on the rest of my family. So Natalie was gone while I was on stage. Natalie and her marching band, the Marching Oilers, were at the Grand Nationals competing in the Grand National level championship finals, but they didn't think they performed there. What a huge honor that is. So we were not able to go, but I was able. That was just awesome. I got to see it. And then when I got home from Onstage, my husband and her were watching my finals, and we actually watched it to see who won it. It was kind of fun. And Claire had fallen asleep already. Go to work with him and just hang out with him. She had a blast. And she starts actually her first private cello lesson will be tomorrow, Friday at 5. So she's so excited to start taking private lessons directly from a professor at CMU who found potential in her when she went to that CMU, what was it called? The CMU Honors Orchestra. And it was supposed to be for high school students. And her teacher suggested that she go as a 7th grader, and then the assistant professor there reached out to me and said, I think that she has some potential and I would love to have her to do this. So anyway, she's doing it. I'm so excited for her. So anyway, as you guys know, if you share my video, you get put into the drawing for different things. And my drawing last week, I had 2 bolts of ribbon, and I am here to tell you that the winners of the ribbon, so the winner of the pink Rococo Rose ribbon is Janet Crowell. Janet, I know that you're watching me, so congratulations, Janet. When you come for your next class, I'll have that here for you, okay? And then the winner of the vanilla, this ribbon's gorgeous. It's the vanilla ribbon etched in gold, is Shireen Gross. And Shireen, I think you're watching live with me as well. So, yeah, I think that you are out there. So Shireen, when I see you, you'll get this as well. Oh, is Clara feeling better? Yes. So my little Claire Bear had some asthma issues yesterday, and I was home with her. Hasn't flared up on her in 2 years. But I think with the late season, the cool, it got cool, then it got warm, then all the farmers taking off their crops, she had a flare up. So I was actually home with her yesterday. But yes, she's doing much, much better. Okay, up for grabs this week is a package of the brightly gleaming foil elements and a package of the gold glitter enamel dots. Okay, so please comment if you are if you've shared this, because I don't always see your shares. Also, if you guys are not if you're watching on replay, please type in replay. I like to kind of know what kind of an audience I get who watches me on replay, who aren't able to catch me on live, just to make sure that I'm doing it the right night for everyone and I can catch you most of my gals. Yes, Missy commented that she just saw us. She was here helping me clean. That's why she came to pick up Girl Scout cookies. Yes, we have Girl Scouts too. And I had a mess of stuff on my tables, and so they pushed me and it's all clean. So I'm really excited. Okay, so just a few more things in the way of announcements before we continue. Oh, one more thing about me that I needed to share with you guys. So I don't always talk about my job at Central Michigan University where I work, but this year in October was my 20th anniversary of working for the university. And today was the recognition ceremony, and I did not want to go to it. And so my boss had asked me if I was going, and I told him that I hadn't RSVP'd. Well, Kathy, you're going to love this. He took it upon himself yesterday, to go upstairs to the people who organized the event to say that Kim Vogel will be there. And he went with me to the recognition ceremony. It's just, I don't know. I've been there 20 years. They call you up, you get a great certificate, but I always have so much work to do. And so I was just like, oh, I already got my little gift from the university. I don't need to go up there and be recognized for that. Well, yeah, he made me go up and be recognized for that. So anyway, 20 years at the university, and also want to let you guys know that on November 24th will be my 10-year anniversary, no, 9-year, let me think about this. When did I join? My 9-year anniversary with Stampin' Up! And any orders placed on November 24th, I'm offering free shipping in honor of my anniversary with Stampin' Up! So it'll be a one-day only thing, only through Kim Vogel. You'll have to either email me your order, or if you want to put your order in, I'll PayPal you back your free shipping, but it will be a one-day only promotion in honor of my anniversary with Stampin' Up! Because I am blessed by all of you. And then also want to make sure you guys know about the online extravaganza going on for the next 2 days, well, today and tomorrow. So online extravaganza, they have all of the Neutrals collection and the Regals collection cardstock and ink on sale for 15% off. So it's a great time to stock up on all of your cardstock needs and your ink needs. And then there's also, I think, 8 bundles that are also an additional 15% off the original 10% when they're bundled together. So make sure you guys look at that. I've posted it in both my page and my group yesterday. I'm sure I have a reminder scheduled to go out here tonight regarding it, but just wanted to make sure that you guys knew about that as well, that you knew about that online extravaganza. And then the whole month of November is my gratitude ordering promotion. So here's where it gets, it's even going to sweeten the deal. any $40 order that you put in, so if you wanted to order in through the online extravaganza and your order comes to $40, you get a free package of Stampin' Blends of any color of your choice. Or you could even get, you know, if you don't want the duo pack, you could get 2 different colors, but you get 2 blends of your choice for free by putting in a $40 order. So I have lots of opportunities for ordering. Now you cannot combine my $40 order and the free blends with my free shipping day, okay? That is the only stipulation on it. But yeah, so I'm really excited about all of that awesome stuff. And then I have current classes that I have available for you guys to be able to purchase as online kits, kits in the mail, is my snow globe cards. some of you attended my event the day before on stage, where you actually took my class that had the beautiful globes. So I'm offering that class as a kit to go. You'd make 2 of each one of the globe cards, and that class is also going to be local here in my basement. I believe it's next Tuesday. So I'll probably do my Facebook Live on Wednesday. I'll surprise you guys with my time of my Facebook Live for my little sneak peek. And then I have my scrapbook album, my 24-page mini scrapbook album using the Let It Snow bundle. That is also available for purchase. And then the final thing I have open, I have 2 spots left. It is for my retreat that I'm having here at my house in the basement. Hence is why we're crazy cleaning. It's this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And my theme is using the Night Before Christmas product suite. And if you're not able to attend, you could also purchase my retreat in a box where you'll get the make and take sent to you, which make and takes are awesome on this one. It's a framed art project, and if you're a part of my team, you probably saw it, well, you made it at Team Retreat. And then I have some cards planned for you using that as well. And then I have 4 little gifts, so you'd get all those gifts. And I have $20 in product as well. So some of the paper from the Night Before Christmas, and then the bolt of the cherry cobbler and white striped ribbon. So if you are not able to attend, you can always purchase that retreat in a box and get everything sent to you. I have, like I said, 2 spots left, whether you decide to come or buy my retreat in a box spot to be able to give everyone. And then the final thing is December 11th is my open house here in my basement, my customer appreciation event from 3:30 until 7. If you're local to Mount Pleasant, please come for some food and fun. The cost is only $5. I have a really cute make and take planned. The make and take will probably actually be one of my videos that I'll do in the next couple of weeks on my Terrific Tuesdays. But it is I'm looking over there because I can see it. But it's a really cute little, it holds 3 note cards, 3 envelopes, ties shut, and it's a cute little gift that you could give someone. And that is your make and take. And then you'll also be able to, hopefully I'll be able to have my catalogs by then, I'll be able to give you out the catalogs for the new mini catalog. And then some of you have been asking me, I always do an event here in my basement the week between the holidays. That day is going to be December 30th. It's kind of a last chance to order out of the holiday catalog, sneak peek out of the new catalog. You can bring your own projects to work on. The cost, I think, is $25 or $30. I provide lunch. It just goes from 9 until 5. You get some free product and all that good stuff as well. So those are kind of events that I have coming up. And then my club dates for the for cards and my scrapbook club is going to be the 2nd and 3rd Monday of the month. So some of this came out in an email earlier this week, and I will be getting another email out with additional information as well. So that is everything that I have in the way of announcements. I feel like I was talking a mile a minute, but I wanted to get through them so that we can get into working on some projects with this adorable Elfie stamp set. So with that, I am going to go ahead and transition my camera down to my stamp area, and let's have some fun with the Elfie stamp set. So bear with me here while I turn everything around and make some cute stamping projects with you. Okay, I'm hoping that my video is a lot better quality than what it was. I did a quick little team video yesterday, and the quality was not very good. So I'm hoping that you guys are able to see me okay. I'm not too blurry, I hope. Sorry it's shaking a little bit. I need to get it positioned a little bit straighter. There we go. Okay. And I've got a couple more projects that I'm going to be bringing in here. Aren't those all so cute? Love, love, love. Okay. So let me push this other chair out of the way. And we are going to have some fun with Elfie. I love Elfie. Okay. So these are some of the projects that we're going to be making tonight. I have a couple of 3D projects and I'll go over those here in just a couple of moments. And then I have 3 different cards that I'm going to share with you guys. Let me make sure these are in the camera good so you guys can see it okay here. 3 different cards that we're going to make. So first let me talk to you a little bit about Elfie. So this is the Elfie stamp set, and I had convinced myself that I did not need this Elfie stamp set. I looked at it and went, oh, it's a lot of coloring. It'd be hard to do in a class. And then my girls seen some projects made with Elfie, and they fell in love with Elfie. And then one of my really good customers who's been helping me some in the basement, she was over here the one day, and I had some free host dollars to use, and she said, oh, Kim, get Elfie. Use them in one of your Facebook Lives. So here it is. You have the result of one of my customers saying do it, and my girls telling me to do it, and you have Elfie. Now this stamp set is only $22, and this stamp set was actually designed, I want to make sure you guys know this, when you see stamp sets in the catalog with this little emblem down here that says 1 million, that is designed by one of the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who's made it to $1 million in career-to-date sales. And career-to-date sales is a huge thing. I mean, just huge to be able to sell $1 million. So my video does keep cutting out. I'm sorry, you guys. I think it might be Facebook. I've heard other demonstrators having same issues. But anyway, so this one was designed by Karen Duke. Karen Duke is a demonstrator from Canada, and I love it. If you guys have, seen Elfie on the Elf on the Shelf or anything like that, it kind of goes along with that. So let's go ahead and, not sure if I told you it's only $22. So it's not a very bad price at all for this stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. I did a video this week that most of you have probably seen where I did it in light pink and in Pool Party. And I really loved how that one turned out. The first one we're going to make is this one right here. And this one I chose to use the traditional red and green colors. So this one is Garden Green, and that is our card base. And then I have a Very Vanilla that is cut 5 1/4 by 4 as my mat. And then I have a piece of this paper's from the Toil Christmas Designer Series paper. And this is cut 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to layer all of that together. And I really, this time, let the stamp set do the work. Normally I let the paper do the work. So since there was so much coloring involved in this card, I chose not to add a whole lot of embellishments to it. I mean, I do have ribbon on it. You can see here I do have some ribbon added. But I really didn't go overboard on embellishments on any of these cards, just because I wanted it to be more about the stamp set. And then I have 2 pieces of cardstock. Now I will be putting all of the measurements in the description of this video. I usually don't get to it until the next day, because as soon as I'm done with my Facebook Live, I'm usually having to run to go pick up Claire from dance or something like that. But I'm going to get all of the measurements in the description of my video. And but I'm going to tell you guys how I figured out the size of this, because I get that question a lot. I get asked, excuse me while I pull my chair over here, but I get asked a lot, how do you know what size to make things? And so I'm going to give you guys a quick little tutorial on that. I'm bringing in my trimmer, and yes, this is my old trimmer. I'm really sorry, but this is the only one I have down here right now, because the other one is upstairs because we're using it for some other projects we're making for Christmas. But what I do is I look at the size of the stamped image that I'm going to be stamping. So this one is dirty because I chose not to clean it after making my samples this week. But this is the stamp that I have on this card right here, okay? And all you do is you kind of measure the size of this stamp. So this stamp, I'm going to put it like I was cutting it out right on that seam. So 2.5 wide by about 3 3/4 or 4 long. So, or the two measurements. So what I do then is I cut the smallest piece, which would then be the piece I'm going to be stamping on, that size, okay? And then from there, I cut the mat 1/4 of an inch bigger. So that is what my little tip and trick on that is. A lot of times I will just simply measure it with my trimmer, and it, you know, sometimes I get it wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but a good majority of the time it is pretty close. Now you're going to be using your Memento black ink, because my Memento black is what you're going to be able to use to color with your stamping blends, and I colored with a bunch of different Stampin' Blends. I almost dropped that ink pad. And I find it easier for me to stamp, I don't know why, but it's easier for me to stamp this way than to try to stamp that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and line this up, and I'm going to stamp it on there. And then vanilla, because Very Vanilla is the color that is in the toil paper. So that is why I chose to use the toil paper. Now the darker green, and it was just way too dark, and I decided to go with something lighter. I used let me bring them in and show you, and most of this was just the light colors. I used the soft sea foam, believe it or not, and I used the Cherry Cobbler Light, and all I did was color in those different colors, and I'm not going to actually take the time to color because I literally did not do any special blending with this card. So normally in the past, sometimes I actually, you know, use this one. I simply went ahead and left it just the way it was by using those different colors. But these are the two that I used on that. And I think that green went really, really well with this, just a little too dark for me on this card anyway. Card off with some rhinestones. Oh, and before I glued this down, I probably should have, see, there's a mistake, but because I used snail, this is the garden green ribbon that coordinates with the Toil Christmas. And I'm gonna, if any of you are new to watching me on my Facebook Lives, you're gonna learn my little cheating method of how I do my ribbon. So I use glue dots. I cut a piece of ribbon. I probably cut this one way too big, but I cut a piece of ribbon just big enough to go alongside. You pull this right up here. Just long enough to go right around here, and I'm going to glue dot it down to the back. Okay, so that's what I do first. Then I kind of make sure I get it nice and straight. And then I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive. Since my fingers have been all over this, it's not quite as sticky. And I'm going to add this back down to my card, like so. And then I made a bow using this as well. If I do fade out on you guys, hit the reload button on your computer or on your device, because when I hit the reload button, it reloads my video, and I'm just advised to do that, okay? Just hit that reload button and you should be good. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make a bow. And then I'm just going to trim off the ends. And I'm going to adhere this down with a glue dot. Now I'm also, since this is quite a heavy ribbon, I want to adhere this down to this part of the ribbon. I'm going to also add a glue dot underneath this, because I just want to make sure that that's going to stick really good for me, because it's going to be holding the bulk of that ribbon, that bow. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a glue dot underneath of that. Another little tip that I've learned just from making cards, and because this ribbon is quite heavy, the quality of this ribbon is amazing. I added 2 glue dots to that, and now it's going to stick a little bit better because I got that glue dot underneath of there with that bow. Isn't that pretty cool? So then I just simply colored this, adhered it to a piece of real red matte that's 1/4 of an inch bigger on each side, and I adhered that down to my card. I also used the Just For You stamp. Do I have Just For You out? I do, because I'll color these after. Some of you probably have seen that you get some of my terrific my Touch Base Thursday projects in the mail, because when you win for sharing, sometimes I send these exact projects out, and I've had a couple of you comment on it. Oh, that was a card that you showed us how to make. So I do finish all of my projects and use them. So who knows, if you put in an order, you might be getting one of these cards in the mail. Isn't that kind of cool? And like I said, I started doing my deal of the week, but the month of November, I changed it to being a whole month-long deal of gratitude. I talked to you guys about gratitude and how I feel about my Stampin' Up! Business and the joy it brings me, and how much I love all of you for investing your time in me. So this month it was all about my gratitude promotion. So that's why I'm not doing deal of the week. But that is the first card that I wanted to share with you. The second card is this little beauty one right here. Isn't he cute? Cute. And I'm doing them out of order, so let me grab what I have here. So this one I used a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is just your typical 5 1/4 by 8 1/2, or 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And then I used the Foliage Frames dies. And what I did is I layered the two together. So the one cuts this piece out, then I layered the other one inside, and it gave me this perfect frame. Isn't that adorable? So cute. And this cut out really good. If I ran it through the Big Shot just twice, it cut out really, really good. And all I did was use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I adhered this down to my card using the minis. Now, I'm not sure if I have any minis in my bag, because you know what? We just cleaned this basement. And yeah, I think all of my minis got put into a different bin, but it's okay. That's why you also have these little ends that you can use to adhere down your little pieces here. But this is where the mini dimensionals come into play, because a lot of times you have the real little intricate stuff, and those mini ones are perfect, just the perfect size for what you need. And I have a couple customers that transitioned using to the minis completely, because they feel that the minis give them what they need just the same as the bigger ones do, and they get more in a package by using the mini ones. So again, it's a personal preference. And I'm almost done here. And then I just adhered this down to my card right in the middle, like that. And then I did put a little bit of glitter on this card. Now this is the iced glitter, and I don't think I have it handy, but what I did is dump the glitter on it, or you can use your crystal effects, your shimmery crystal effects, and then dump the glue on top of it. So I did add a little bit of sparkle to the outer edge of that card. And then I used a different stamped image. Let me show you what I did. I'm actually using the one of him laying here down next to the Santa's workshop pole, but I'm going to cut him out. So what I did is I cut him out, and I only used the part of the stamp. So here he used to color with. Now, if you guys haven't used the ivory yet, I encourage you to get an ivory blend. So this ivory blend is what I use to color his face and his ears, and it works really, really well. Just make sure you don't accidentally color in his hair like I just about did. But it works great for his face, and it gives it a really good good color. Now they also have bronze, so if you prefer to use the bronze, you can use the bronze for the flesh color as well. And then I also used the light cherry cobbler on this and colored in his hat. And again, I'm not going to take the time to color all of him in, but I want to show you guys the puff paint. The puff paints. I'm not sure if you haven't watched any of my Terrific Tuesday videos, or if you've missed a couple, you may have not seen me use the puff paint, and the puff paint is so awesome. So the Snowflakes accent puff paint actually is part of the bundle that goes with the product that goes with the Let It Snow, and I've been using it on so many different things because it just adds a really nice accent. And I'm going to be honest, I'm fascinated watching it when you heat set it and watching it puff up. So it's kind of sickening how I just get pleasure out of. It's so cool. Wait till you see it. It's like, oh my gosh, look at it. My kids think I'm crazy. but that's okay. Maybe I am. I also used the Old Olive, and this one I did use the light and the dark, and I colored with the light first on his pants. So I did light all over. And even on his little stockings here, I did the light. And then his hair, I used the crumb cake. This is the dark crumb cake. Oh, I should have opened the little end, but that's okay. I'll make it work. The little end that gives you a little bit more control when you are coloring a smaller space. Oh my gosh, you guys, I missed one of his ears. Did any of you catch that? I missed one of his ears. Look at that. I didn't color his ear. Oops. There we go. All fixed. Okay. And then I used the dark daffodil to color in the little bulb on his hat. So let me show you guys this awesome puff paint. So I have used this a ton, and I'm here to tell you that I have not, I've used it a ton, and I have not gone through much of it at all. I mean, it's like right here, and I've used it a lot. I've used it in my classes. I've used it in so many different things. But this, it looks, so you're gonna wanna shake it up really good before you use it. It's only $4.50 for this bottle. And what you're going to do, let me zoom in just a smudge here if I can so you guys can see this better. It comes out quite fast, so you're going to want to be really careful. And you're going to put it wherever you want it to be white. So I want it on the bottom of his little suit here, and I want it on his the brim of his hat there. And I'm going to put a little bit maybe on the collar of his shirt. And like I said, it comes out really fast. I got it kind of thick in one of the spots. And then you're going to take your heat tool. So let me bring in my heat tool. I had to get an extension cord to have room to bring it to where I'm at. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat set this, and I'm going to actually bring it right up to the camera so you guys can see the awesomeness of this whole puff paint. So you're going to be able to see this change from a liquid form that it's in. You can see it's kind of liquidy by his hat. And you're going to see that actually kind of puff right up, and it gets pretty like a foam. It's so cool. Look at that start. You guys see that? Look at that. It's just so cool. Again, everyone thinks that I'm crazy in my house because I think that's so cool. Can you guys see how that kind of worked? And let me change my position here of my hold, and I'm now going to do the bottom of his shirt here. You'll see that here as well. And there it is. So let me turn off my heat tool, and I'll bring this in so you guys can see it really, really good here. Can you see that puff paint? It kind of gives you that 3D effect, and it's already like I can push it down and it's not coming back up. And it's just so cool. So from there, I took my scissors, and yes, I fussy cut him out, and I just laid him right in the middle, right in the corner, and then I added the Thinking of You. The Thinking of You is from the Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set, and added the Thinking of You, and you have a quick, cute, simple card. Isn't that adorable? Love it. Okay, I'm going to transition. I'll do my last card in a little bit. I'm going to transition to a 3D project, and the first one, I got to find where all my stuff is. Okay, the first one I'm going to share with you is this cute little Tic Tac holder. Look at this. Is it not cute, you guys? And this holds very snugly a pack of Tic Tacs. Did I say TikTok at first? My kids are asking me about TikTok, and so it kind of distracted me. But it's snugly into this. So when you put this in here, it's in there really good, okay? So this is the cute little project that we are going to make next. And I used the No Peeking stamp set, and then I did circle punch for my retreat this weekend here in my basement. So those are already done. I just got to add the puff paint to them. So that'll be fun to do after my Facebook Live. But let me show you guys how we made this, okay? So let me bring in my little cheat sheet with my measurements. So you're going to start with a piece of 2 by 9. Again, I will be putting all of these measurements in, our heat tool is amazing. tools, it's got 2 settings, so it's a little bit different than other heat tools. One setting dries your ink, or dries like craft ink, or dries any kind of watercoloring without torching and making the paper kind of brown. And the second setting is where you really get for your heat embossing and stuff like that. So the little Tic Tac holder, this is a piece of 2x9 cardstock. Now this cardstock is, you're going to want to cut it a little bit less than, a hair less than 2 inches. Because I found that when you're using this topper punch, you have the width from 1.5 all the way to 2. And the 2 inches, if you're just a smudge smaller, it fit in here a little bit better to do our punching. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some scoring, okay? So let me bring in my trimmer. And I am going to score this at, again, these measurements will be added in, if not tonight, tomorrow. Usually I do them on my lunch hour on Friday at work. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score at the 1 inch mark. And then I'm going to score again at the 1 5/16. So each one of these tick marks is a 1/16 of an inch. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1 tick mark past the 1 1/4. And I'm going to score again. And then I'm going to bring this down to 4 3/16. And I'm using these 16th measurements because I really want it to snit in there, to fit in there snug, okay? I was having issues getting it to fit by not using the 16th inches because you don't want that to fall out of there. You know, you want that to stay in there. And then I flip this over and I'm going to do the exact same 3 score marks on the opposite side. So I'm going to score 16ths and 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my trimmer out of here. We don't need to score anymore. And now I'm going to do my tag top here. This is the new tag topper that's in our annual catalog. And I'm not even sure the name of it, but I love it because you got a lot more scallops to it. It's a really awesome punch. And you just lay it flat on the table and you're just going to punch both ends of this like that. Sorry for the shake of my camera there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up because this is going to be, you can see where my little box is going to come. And then this one you actually fold like an accordion because you can see how it kind of folds up and in there. So I'm going to fold it like an accordion, like that. Get a one over to my table. So and for purposes of demonstrating, I think we're close. We will be close. I will get it, guys. There we go. When you're left-handed, I'm telling you guys, sometimes things challenge you. No joke. So that's how you're going to fold it, accordion style. Can you see that? And that way these two will go together and you form your box. Okay? Does that make better sense? Now you're going to want to use tear and tape to secure this because of the fact that it is a 3D project. And so I have my tear and tape here. Let me get a better piece of it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to add tear and tape to one of these inside sides. So let me open this back up and I'm going to add tear and tape right along this edge, all the way down to this one. And you're just going to tear it. That's the joy of tear and tape. And then you're going to want to make sure you get a really good glue there and heat it up with your fingers because then this will come off so much easier. Maybe. There we go. And then you want to be really careful gluing this together because you want to line up all of those scallops. So I'm just going to kind of make sure that they line up before I give it a good fold. And there you have this cute little box. Isn't that cute? So let me get a pack of these. Let me pull out the one I have in my sample. Show you guys how snug it is to get this to fit in here. But it's how you want it. It's what you want this to be because you don't want that to come out. So it is going to fit very snugly in there. It's a cute little tick around the fall time. Yep, these are leftover Tic Tacs. So I decided to use them again for another way of showing you guys a fun little project. Then I have some designer series paper. Now this designer series paper is part of the night before Christmas, because that is my theme for for Saturday's event that I have. And these are cut 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. And I just adhered these down to both panels of this cute little box. So one here, one on the back. So there you have the cute little panels on the front and the back. And then you guys have to see what I did. So this is one of the label punches from the annual catalog. I think it's called Pretty Label, maybe. It's this label punch, punched out in advance using the Cherry Cobbler ink. And what I did is I kind of centered this on here. And then this cute little no peeking, I cut it out with a 1/2 inch, fits in there perfectly. But I didn't like how this went over the sides. So what I did is I went ahead of this flush with the sides of the box. Wait till you see the cute look it gives this. Before I did all that. So I'm going to entertain you guys again with this puff paint because I love it. So why not, right? I'm going to do his little hat. And this time I'm just going to do his hat. I'm not going to do the rest of his little collar or anything like that. And then I'm bringing my heat tool again. Guys, ready to see this? It's so cool. And then I'm just going to go ahead and heat this up. And again, you're going to see that raise up. I mean, that little bit of that goes so far. It's such a cool thing. I'm just in awe over that. And there you have his little edge of his hat raised up again. Isn't that cool? I love it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this down to the center of my box there. Isn't that neat how it looks like it's 2 circles behind it and how I did that? And then using the Cherry Cobbler ribbon. So this is the ribbon that they're going to be getting this weekend. So if you purchase my retreat in a box, this is a bolt of the ribbon that you will be getting. And I cut a piece of this and I just put it through this little circle on the top. And that circle comes right from that punch, so you don't have to worry about doing anything separately with that. And you're gonna put this through. And then I find it easier to pull this gently 1 ribbon at a time, so you don't accidentally rip this out, and then you have a project that's ruined. But there you have a cute little 3D project using those leftover Tic Tacs from when I did an event a little while ago. Isn't that adorable, you guys? Who wouldn't love to receive that? Okay, so the next 3D project that I'm going to share with you, because my last card I'm probably just going to talk to you about, because if you watched my Terrific Tuesday video, it's kind of a spin-off of that one. So I'm going to now show you this cute little Ghirardelli chocolate holder. Now my Ghirardelli chocolate is upstairs, and it's upstairs for a very good reason, because I will eat it. So, but this is a cute little Ghirardelli chocolate holder, and you open it up and it's got a piece of designer series paper in it, and your chocolate will fit in here perfectly. And then it just closes like the old style matchboxes. If anybody remembers those, we used to get them at weddings and things like that. It closes right into there, and it looks just like a matchbox, but it's got a cute little chocolate that you can put on the inside. So with that, I am going to show you tell you the measurements for this project. And again, I did fussy cut him, but he is so worth it. So I colored him, again, he's another image from the stamp set. I colored him with the, again, the Cherry Cobbler, and I did use the Old Olive, and you can see this is the exact same punch that I used previously. Now this, you're going to start with a piece of cardstock, and I think I may already have my scoring done on this one. I think I do, because this one had quite a bit of scoring, and I didn't want to drive you guys too crazy. So, but this piece of cardstock is, again, it's Cherry Cobbler, and I started with a piece that is, let me find my chocolate holder. The cardstock is 7/3/8 by 2 3/4. And then I scored it on the long side, so score it across the top at 3, 3.5, and 6 3/4. And that you're gonna easily see. Thanks, you guys. I like that you like these projects. So like I said, these are the projects that you can kind of see how that's going to fold over and in and give you the little box. But these are the projects that 2 of the 4 gifts that my retreat attendees are going to be receiving. And again, you can purchase your retreat in a box, and these are 2 of the 4 projects. And then you'll also, we're doing cards and framed art. So like I said, I have 2 spots left if you're interested in that. But anyway, so that is how I did that. And then I have a piece of the designer series paper. Now this is also the same paper, the night before Christmas. And this designer paper is 2 3/8 by 5 3/4. And it's gonna fit perfectly here on the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna adhere that down. And then I'm gonna show you how I made that cute little pocket, the little pocket to go on the inside. So the pocket is also a piece of designer series paper. And this designer series paper is 2 3/8 by 5 3/4. Now this one's got lots of scoring on it. I've scored it at, I'm not even going to mention them all. Well, I can in case somebody's watching this and writing them down who wants to make it right away. But this is scored at 2 1/2, or sorry, start over. 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4, 5, 5 1/4, 5 1/2. And I am going to be folding, this is the center, and then all of these get kind of folded accordion style. So you'll see why here in just a moment. Is that the only one I had to do? Is there one more? Nope, that's it. Yes, I talk to myself while I am crafting. Call me crazy. But I'm doing this accordion style because it will, you'll see how in a minute here when I glue it together. So see how that one went together? So I got to do these the opposite way. Again, there's my my left-handedness coming out. But I'm going to glue it like that. Can you see how I did that? So with this one, I'm going to use a little bit of the Tombow liquid glue because I just think that's going to be a better glue to use. And I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue right onto the this little tab right here. Little of this goes a long way. And then I'm just going to fold this over and right on top of that. And give it a good push. And there you have the little insert for the inside. Okay. The next thing that you're going to do, and I wish Stampin' Up! Still sold these little staplers, but they don't. But if you don't have a little stapler from Stampin' Up!, you can get them at any other store. I kept mine because I knew I would be using it for events and things, or for like craft fair projects and stuff. But you're just going to push this down right to that fold, and you're going to put a staple in it. Now you want to put the staple down far enough, you can see on my sample, so that you still have the space to tuck this in, okay? So I'm including this right in with my staple. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of stop of it. Cute. Love it. And then like I said, that little chocolate will fit right in there. And this coordinates with your paper. And then I topped it off with, again, that stamped image, or this punch. And this I actually did put onto my project using some dimensionals. I'm sorry if my video once again has froze on you guys. I do come back eventually. And then from there, I just colored in this little Elfie dude. So this little Elfie dude is a different image. Hand cut that, and I'll bring my sample back in so you guys can see my sample. And there you have a cute little 3D project for a little one of those little Ghirardelli chocolates. Isn't that cool? Love that project. So the last card that I'm going to share with you on my night of featuring Elfie, Mr. Elfie, is this one. I will tell you that one of my customers, let me move all my stuff out of the way, wow. One of my customers who watches me on YouTube, she lives in another state, commented on my video that I did this week. So if you haven't checked out my video, make sure you check it out. But this one right here is similar to that one. And she told me these cards looked so whimsical, was her word. And I loved that she said that. So I wanted to try to make a card that was non-traditional. And I think I nailed it out of the park. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I absolutely love this card. And the friend of mine who was over at my house the night that told me to do Elfie, she actually got a sneak peek of some of these cards this week because she was so excited that I was doing Elfie. And this one I think was her favorite. So anyway, I used Pool Party. This is the Pool Party, which is cut 5.5 by 8.5. That was my card base. And then you guys have seen me design so many different cards and projects using the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper that I chose to use the opposite side this time. And I'll tell you why I really like this paper. So sometimes it's way too costly to buy the foil sheets, and by using this paper in place of foil, it's much more cost effective. Okay, and all I did was put that down as my mat. So I'm gonna actually do a little bit of this card because I do finish them once I'm off camera. Because again, my videos I've noticed lately have been going a lot longer, but none of you seem to mind, so I just go with it. But my goal was always about 45 minutes, and I'm getting upwards to an hour because I just talk way too much. Anyway. And then I have a mat that is this is my silver, this is the silver foil. So if you were to purchase this silver foil, you only get 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper for $5. And with this, you get like a lot of paper for $14.50. So that is why I chose to use this for my mat versus this as that whole big piece. Then this is the Whisper White that I stamped on. And then I colored him. Let me bring him in so you guys can really see the color here. I colored this one with the Smoky Slate Light and the Pool Party Light. And those are the 2 colors that I used. And I love how this turned out. I also, again, got to use my awesome puff paint. I added it to his, the ball on his hat. I added it to the cuffs. I added it to the hat brim and to the coat, the bottom of the coat. But isn't that card gorgeous, you guys? Love it. Oh, Susie, thank you for loving my videos. I try to keep you guys inspired with different ideas and awesomeness. So thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. So anyway, those are the projects that I've designed to share with you guys tonight. And I'm going to bring them all back in again so you guys can see them. Now, just again, a reminder that my gratitude ordering promotion is going on right now. Any $40 order that you put in, you will get a free package of blends. So you too could buy this awesome Elfie stamp set and then get some blends. The cherry cobbler would be a perfect selection. And you would have to tell me which color that you want, and those would get sent to you separately. And again, the online extravaganza is going strong right now, so you could easily purchase off of that and get a discount on your product, plus take advantage of my ordering promotion. So anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed tonight's projects, and I hope that you consider adding Elfie to your stamp collection. I'm not sure what I'll be focusing on for you guys next week, but I will tell you that if any of you have anything that you would like to see, I know there's about 3 different bundles that I have not had time to really focus on yet. One is the Cup of Cheer, I think it is, that I haven't had time to work with yet. And then I also have the bows one. I posted a card earlier today of the Precious Bows bundle. And then I have the tags bundle that one of my customers let me borrow, so I might even try to do some tags. But if there's something that you would like to see that maybe I have that you haven't seen used much, please let me know. I'm here to inspire and share with all of you some of my beautiful creations. And I appreciate all of you so much for stopping and for sharing your evening with me. So thanks, everyone. Now, if you have not followed me on YouTube yet, I encourage you to go out and search for me. Search for Kim Vogel on YouTube. And then I also have a VIP group. So I'm going live on my page. I have a group group that's also called Kim Vogel's Basement Bunch Stampers. Join that group so that you can also get inspired by other projects that I post and different classes and things that I offer throughout the various months. So thank you everyone so very much. Have a great evening, and I will be going live with you guys next week. I probably won't actually have a big live because of Thanksgiving. I totally forgot about Thanksgiving. So next week it might actually just be my sneak peek of the catalog stuff, but I'll post a time out there so you guys are well aware of when that video will be, so you can see some of the new things. So thanks everyone for stopping tonight. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you all here soon. Bye.